pop. Nigga play around with the fire, give his name to the guys in the hole that the body got dropped. I wanna throw up on the.
All right, y'all boys, so we're back at Nathan's shop. We got a long day ahead. As you guys can tell by the title and thumbnail, we are picking up the shell for the SRT, finishing out the SRT, matter of fact. Speaking of the SRTs, got a couple here. This one's actually a stance one, pretty insane. We're gonna get into that later on in the video, but let's go ahead, let's jump directly into it, because like I said, we got a long day ahead. All right, y'all boys, so this right here is the shell. It's not too bad or anything like that. Definitely gonna get the tint redone. For sure gonna get new paint. Either gonna slide over to Econo just for like some cheap paint type deal. Interior is pretty clean. Obviously, my seat's gonna go back in. These seats are coming out. Same thing with the steering wheel. You guys gonna see, like I said, it's gonna be a long day. We're gonna get all this pretty much cleaned out, cleaned up and stuff like that. Put all my stuff in there and then boom, it should be good to go. So as y'all can see, we got pretty much the shell into the shop, cleaned everything out. We're gonna keep tearing down into this, get everything into here, and then by the end of this vlog, this thing should be running, driving, and we got some stuff in store. All right, y'all boys, so we about to bring the motor over there to put in a new shell. Y'all can see, definitely messed a lot of stuff up, man. So we pretty much got motor over here. We're in the process of getting everything torn down. Got that torn down. Where? I'm gonna show y'all this. Literally, this right here, look at that. Destroyed. And that's why we ended up getting a new manifold and new gasket, because this bad boy is warped right here. So what's gonna happen with the turbo here, that piece that ended up breaking right here, Nathan's gonna go ahead, basically extract this. So we're gonna be good on that. I already got good fittings. The new fittings are right here. Where they at right here. So I got new fittings. You can get this whole kit off of Amazon. That's where I ended up getting it. But for the most part, literally, the fitting that we need is right there. All right, so we just pulled off the water pump. This is the old water pump. Nathan said this one's the aftermarket one. He prefers this style over this one. Mind you, this is the one that came inside the Gates kit. He said this one's like the stock style and stuff like that. He prefers that one a whole lot better. Put them side by side so that way you guys can see the difference. But we're gonna continue running this one. We have a new gasket on the way to swap out. So this is gonna go right back on the car with a brand new gasket. Nathan went ahead, removed the broken, I guess, fitting or whatever from in here. All the fittings I have don't fit in there. Totally different size. This is a whole lot bigger compared to what I have there, but I'm pretty sure Nathan has a backup that we're about to pretty much install into here. Got all that from the corn. So as far as motor wise, we can't really do much till the rest of the parts get here. But what we're doing now is pretty much just fixing up the fuel system and stuff like that. We got the filler neck here. We're gonna end up hooking up back up the fuel pump and everything. Nathan said there's a 425 in here. Eventually we're gonna go 525 Hellcat, but other than that, that's really about it for right now. Just gonna go ahead and get this stuff installed, run everything, plumb everything up to the front of the car, so that when we go ahead and the rest of the parts get here, we can go ahead, hook everything up here, drop motor and transit to here, hook everything up, and then it should be in the clear. All right, so we went ahead, picked up some fluids and stuff like that, so y'all can see. And on top of it too, got a new axle. So we finally got the gas can sorted out. The gasket that goes there, that was a pain in the ass. Struggled with this tool, Nathan holding it, like it was just a pain in the ass. But we ended up getting it. Now we're gonna put the tank back up in the car, and then we should be in the clear as far as like fuel system goes and stuff like that. So what Nathan's doing is pretty much painting that to prevent it from like rusting over and stuff like that over time. You can see it's going to be painted black.
And then we'll clean the surface where the gaskets go from the turbo and wastegate. The flame proof, it's like $20 a can. Stuff looks great. Best results you want to bake it on, but we're not gonna. It'll bake on when we start it.
Yeah.
It's the same stuff I use for my manifolds when I build them. You're not really gonna see the bottom a whole lot.
all nice and clean now. Getting everything nice and clean. So when it goes in, everything seals up nice. If you want quality, more boost performance. Know the vibes. All right, so what is it, Nathan?
It's a little trick I learned on how to install the crank pulleys a little bit easier without having to worry about stripping threads out or anything like that. Real simple. So, as you can see, will not go on, but all it needs is just a little bit of heat. We'll just wait till it gets a little bit warm.
Smoking.
Make sure it gets good and hot. You could use a blowtorch too sometimes, but this puts the heat exactly where I want it. Blowtorch is kind of like to whom it may concern. That should be good. Come over here. Whoop. Boom. Picasso.
In there
Just
like so.
give it a couple of seconds. Walks down. Good to go.
Went ahead, got the wastegate set up with the new dump tube. Look at that. She's in there. All you need, as Nathan said, a little bit of heat, something like this, and then boom, walks right on in.
All thread and installer tool, but use what you got. Makes it a lot easier.
So pretty much we're putting on the exhaust manifold right now. We're gonna go ahead and sand this stuff down, sand this down as well, so that when we put the gasket and stuff like that, that's the old gasket, but once we put that there, it's just nice and flush. We're gonna basically be putting it back into the car, and then we're gonna get this changed out for something better. Stay tuned, because like I said, something better is going in the front. Now we got the turbo on, new hardware here, some new hardware on the exhaust manifold. Now we're gonna go ahead, try to go ahead and put this into here, and then we can start buttoning up some other stuff. All right, so we pretty much got the motor in and everything like that. Accessories plugged in for the most part. Just got to do AC, radiator stuff, and that's really about it as far as that stuff goes. Obviously, we're gonna finish out the up pipe for the turbo and stuff like that. Let's see, let's go ahead and install this. This right here came from SRT4 gear, as you guys can see here. Super dirty, given the fact that we literally been working like crazy. But for the most part, we're about to go ahead and install this. It even came with a vibrant performance gasket as well, card and stuff like that, some stickers in there, all that good stuff. But let's go ahead, get this bad boy installed, and it should be getting clear. All right, y'all boys, so we went ahead, car's running and shit like that. Only downside, I went on Nathan to pull up because of the fact that this caliper here is locked up and stuff like that, so it's smoking like crazy. Other than that, your boy just picked up some fresh E, you feel me? But nah, overall, car drives pretty much, it's alright. Definitely needs a lot of TLC. Going back to the shop to go ahead and finish swapping out the windows. Obviously, as you guys can see, this one was tinted, this one was not. Swapping out this one, and then on top of that too, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna end up swapping out this one. We did the front windows today, and then we're gonna go ahead as well hook up like the AFR boost gauge and stuff like that. It's all on the pillar and shit. And then eventually I'm gonna go ahead and get the back window re-tinted. And then, you know, your boy need his front window tinted again. But yeah, other than that, that's really about it. Let me go ahead and pop the hood for y'all boys. But nah, the freaking shifter that's in there, bro, that shifter's insane. It's a short shifter, but it's like hella short compared to the one that we had in the red car. But nah, y'all can't see, you got the turbo back there, you feel me? But yeah, other than that, Nathan did his big one with this. Definitely got to get some new headlights and stuff like that. Gonna snag those off of eBay. Or I'm gonna see if someone local got them. But I'm probably just gonna go ahead and snag them off of eBay. But other than that, that's really about it. I don't have the wastegate dump running because of the fact that we got to cut into the hood. And just that wastegate was just a pain in the ass off rip. So no wastegate, at least no wastegate pipe is on there. The actual wastegate is there and stuff. But yeah, gonna have to get new side markers and shit like that. But like I said, it's a whole entire work in progress. But a lot of progress has been made. we're gonna be swapping out the wheels. I'm gonna put back my old wheels. I'm probably gonna end up selling these, or I'll probably just keep them as spares and shit. But 9 times out of 10, I'm probably gonna end up trading them or selling them. But yeah, that's really about it. Once Nathan gets here, we're gonna be able to go ahead and basically pull this off, fix that caliper, and then boom, your boy should be able to make it home. I had almost forgot, the exhaust is hanging stupid low. And you know what's crazy? Heron actually makes this exhaust. I'm not sure if you guys can see it or whatnot, but other than that, it's a parent exhaust with it has a cutout, but I'm probably gonna put like a Valtronic valve there, so that way I can go open header, close header, shit like that. But right now it's closed. But yeah, we're gonna have to fix the exhaust because it hangs like super low, so like over like little like miniature speed humps and shit, I end up like scraping and shit. But other than that, once we fix that, that should be straight.
Bitch, everybody gon' see it, so I aim and hit from the cop. What the fuck is you thinking this shit from the B? Anywhere it can go, I'ma take them to walk to the top of the trust. I done went on them, young ain't gon' spin on them, I have them do it again. Reverted Kabaddi, got walk in the bottle, bang out with that chopper, let's run it again. They know I don't watch, they tryna put hoes in my body, these niggas are not my friend. Photo right, young nigga, come from the safari, I'm running up ends with my